In the world of beverages, most stories are straightforward. A new drink is invented, marketed, and eventually finds its place on store shelves. But every so often, a story comes along that defies expectations and rewrites the rules of innovation. Fanta's origin is anything but ordinary. It's a tale of necessity, creativity, and survival, set against the backdrop of one of history's darkest chapters. Born in the chaos of World War II, Fanta emerged from scarcity, not abundance. The world was at war, and resources were vanishing. Everyday comforts, like soda, became rare luxuries. In early 1940s Germany, the Coca-Cola Company was suddenly cut off from its American headquarters. Political tensions and trade embargoes meant no more shipments, no more secret syrup, and no way to make the beloved drink. The secret syrup was gone. The familiar taste of Coca-Cola was now just a memory, and the factories stood silent, their machines idle. Max Keith, head of Coca-Cola Germany, faced a crisis: factories, workers, and no product. The livelihoods of hundreds hung in the balance, and the future looked bleak. Instead of shutting down, Keith chose to innovate. He refused to let his team give in to despair, believing that even in the toughest times there was room for invention. Fanta's story is about making something from nothing, a spark of creativity in a dark time. Keith and his team scoured the country for anything usable: fruit scraps, leftover whey, and whatever sweeteners they could find. The drink we know today as a symbol of fun began as a clever solution to a wartime crisis. It was a drink born not from luxury but from the determination to keep hope alive. It was a substitute born from leftovers, not luxury. Every bottle was a testament to resourcefulness, using whatever ingredients could be found in a country cut off from the world. This humble beginning makes Fanta's journey to global fame all the more remarkable. From a makeshift recipe in a besieged nation, Fanta would eventually become a household name, enjoyed by millions across continents. To understand Fanta's rise, we must travel back to wartime Germany, where Coca-Cola's red and white had vanished from the streets, and uncertainty was everywhere. Here, a leader refused to give up, and a team used imagination to craft a new beverage from scraps. Their efforts were not just about making a drink, they were about survival, unity, and hope. This is not just a soda's history, it's a lesson in resilience. Fanta's creation reminds us that even in the darkest times, human ingenuity can shine through. Against all odds, Fanta became a spark of light in the darkness, a drink that started as a necessity but grew into a symbol of joy and perseverance for generations to come. At the heart of Fanta's story is Max Keith, the determined and resourceful head of Coca-Cola Germany during one of the most turbulent periods in history. When World War II erupted and severed all ties with Atlanta, Keith suddenly found himself isolated, left with factories, hundreds of workers, and not a single drop of Coca-Cola syrup to keep production going. Many in his position might have closed shop and walked away, but Keith felt a deep responsibility, not just to the company but to every employee whose livelihood depended on those factory doors staying open. His mission became clear: keep the business alive, protect his team, and somehow weather the storm until peace returned to Europe. The challenge he faced was daunting. He had to invent a completely new drink using only the meager ingredients available in wartime Germany, where even basic supplies were strictly rationed. Refusing to give in to despair, Keith rallied his team, encouraging them to think creatively and to see opportunity in the scraps and leftovers that others might have dismissed. He challenged his chemists to experiment with byproducts from other industries, apple fibers, whey, and whatever else they could salvage, to create a soft drink that could be produced under these extraordinary circumstances. This wasn't about launching a global sensation or making a profit. For Keith and his team, it was about survival, about keeping the factory running and ensuring that people had jobs to return to each day. The goal was simple, yet vital: keep the lights on, keep the machines humming, and keep hope alive for everyone involved. Little did Keith realize this act of necessity, born from hardship and ingenuity, would eventually give rise to a brand that would one day stand alongside Coca-Cola as a global icon. Through his leadership, what began as an act of desperation was transformed into a story of innovation and resilience. Fanta's creation stands as a testament to the power of resourcefulness and teamwork under immense pressure, showing how adversity can spark creativity. It all started with a leader who refused to quit, proving that even in the darkest times, determination and ingenuity can light the way forward. With Keith's challenge set, a new chapter in beverage history was about to unfold. The stakes were high, and the pressure was immense. The team faced a daunting task: to invent a drink from almost nothing, in a country cut off from global trade and gripped by war. The team searched for ingredients in a rationed, resource-starved Germany. Every day, markets grew emptier, and even basic foods were hard to come by. The scarcity was felt everywhere, from city streets to rural farms. Traditional flavorings and sugars were out of reach. Imports had stopped, and what little remained was tightly controlled or reserved for the war effort. They turned to what was left behind: whey from cheese-making and apple pomace from cider production. These were the forgotten remnants, usually destined for animal feed or the trash. Whey, once discarded, became the drink's base, providing sugars and minerals. It was thin and tangy, but it was something to build on. Apple pomace, pulp, seeds, and skin, added body and a hint of fruitiness. It gave the drink a cloudy look and a rustic homemade flavor. Sometimes beet sugar sweetened the mix, depending on availability. When they could get it, it was a luxury that made the drink more palatable. The first Fanta was pale, tangy, and its flavor changed with the ingredients on hand. Each batch was a little different, a reflection of whatever scraps could be found that week. It was a far cry from Coca-Cola, but it offered a rare taste of sweetness and normalcy. For many, it was a small comfort in a time of uncertainty. Made from scraps, Fanta was a product of necessity, not luxury. It was a drink born from hardship, a testament to making do with what little was left. Yet, it was a hit. With few other options, Germans embraced the new drink. It became a symbol of resilience and a rare treat for families. Factories buzzed again, and workers kept their jobs. The production of Fanta brought hope and a sense of purpose to many who feared for their livelihoods. Fanta's first recipe was a triumph of innovation under pressure. It was a creative solution to an impossible problem, and a reminder that even in the darkest times, ingenuity can shine through. It wasn't about perfection, it was about survival. The drink was humble, but it represented hope and the will to endure. From leftovers, they created something new. Fanta's journey had begun, proving that even scraps can spark a revolution. With a new drink in hand, Max Keith needed a name. He gathered his team and urged them to use their fantasy, German for imagination. Inspiration struck. Fanta, a catchy, memorable name born from creativity. The name captured the spirit of invention that defined the drink's creation. It was simple, cheerful, and a beacon of hope in difficult times. Fanta promised a little fantasy in every bottle. The name stuck, outlasting the original recipe and helping propel the brand to fame. Fanta's identity was set, a product of imagination, resilience, and optimism. The name became one of the brand's greatest assets. Fanta was ready for its next chapter. After World War II, Coca-Cola reconnected with its German division and discovered Fanta's unlikely success. Max Keith was celebrated for his loyalty and ingenuity. He'd kept the business alive and created a hit drink. With peace restored, Coca-Cola syrup returned to Germany, and the original Fanta recipe was discontinued. For a while, Fanta faded into history, a relic of wartime necessity. But the catchy name and the idea of a fruit-flavored soda lingered. Coca-Cola saw potential in the Fanta brand, even if the original drink was gone. They realized Fanta could be reborn, not as a substitute, but as a choice. The company began exploring new ideas for Fanta, setting the stage for its transformation. Fanta was about to become more than a wartime memory. The brand was ready for a second act. A new era for Fanta was about to begin. Fanta's rebirth happened in 1950s Italy, not Germany. In Naples, Coca-Cola needed a rival to a popular local orange soda. Italy's abundance of oranges inspired a new Fanta, bright, sparkling, and made with local fruit. Fanta Orange, or Fanta Aranciata, launched in 1955 and was an instant hit. Its vibrant color and fresh taste marked a new identity for the brand. No longer a drink of necessity, Fanta became a symbol of celebration and Mediterranean sunshine. The Italian launch showed the power of adapting to local tastes. Fanta Orange became the foundation for the brand's global future. The cheerful, fun personality of Fanta was born in Italy. Fanta was now a drink of choice, not survival. After its Italian success, Fanta Orange spread worldwide. Coca-Cola introduced Fanta to Europe, Africa, Asia, and Latin America, building a global brand. In the US, Fanta took a back seat to Minute Maid, giving it a unique international identity. Fanta's secret weapon? Variety. New flavors were created for different regions: melon in Japan, lemon in Europe, exotic blends in Asia. Fanta became a brand of discovery, offering local flavors everywhere. By the 2000s, over 100 Fanta flavors existed globally. Fanta was both global and local, a platform for endless flavor innovation. Its playful image and bright colors appealed to young people everywhere. Fanta conquered the world by celebrating difference, not sameness. Fanta's greatest strength is its adaptability. The brand changes flavors, recipes, and even packaging to suit local tastes. Fanta Orange in Europe might taste different from South America or Africa. Marketing is tailored too. Local celebrities, music, and humor make Fanta feel at home everywhere. Even the bottle and logo can vary by country. A 2017 global rebrand brought a new look, but local markets kept familiar designs where it mattered. Fanta acts less like a global giant and more like a family of local favorites. By respecting local cultures, Fanta has built lasting relationships worldwide. Its chameleon-like ability to adapt is the secret to its enduring success. Today, Fanta is one of the world's most iconic sodas, a symbol of resilience and creativity. What began as a desperate solution in wartime Germany is now a global phenomenon. Fanta's story is about turning hardship into opportunity. The brand keeps evolving, new flavors, playful marketing, and a vibrant online presence. Fanta's name, born from fantasy, still inspires creativity and fun. From leftovers to abundance, Fanta celebrates imagination in every bottle. Each can is a piece of history, a reminder that even in darkness, creativity can bring joy to the world. Fanta's fizz is everlasting, a testament to the power of imagination.